to welcome next 2026 Yamaha XT600. A name that's legendary in duelist sport and adventure circles is back for the modern era, blending classic Yamaha heritage with just enough new tech to compete today. If you grew up hearing stories about the original XT600 conquering every terrain from desert trails to highway miles, you're not alone, and this 2026 version taps into that legend while reshaping it for a whole new generation of riders. IDRSS (1/2) Car interior +1. Let's get into what this bike really offers, from its engine and performance, to design, tech, pricing, and what makes it stand out in a crowded adventure market. Starting under the fuel tank, the heart of the 2026 XT600 is a single-cylinder 600cc engine at the same core concept that made the XT600 famous decades ago. Traditionally, XT600 engines have been air-cooled, single-cylinder thumpers with around 595cc displacement, strong mid-range torque, and a reputation for reliability that borders on mythic. These engines were known to deliver about 45 horsepower and a ton of usable torque, not blistering numbers by today's sport bike standards, but perfect for the real world of trail riding and touring. IDRSS (1/2) Car interior. For 2026, all indications are that Yamaha will retain that torquey, single-cylinder feel, but with modern refinements like fuel injection, improved combustion efficiency, and updated emissions control. According to early reveal videos and spec rumors, this new XT600 is expected to deliver a similarly comfortable power band optimized for off-road traction and road cruising alike. IDRSS (1/2) YouTube. That power delivery, a punchy down low, respectful at higher revs, is part of what made the XT600 a favorite for riders who don't want to choose between paved roads and dirt paths. Whether you're pointing it down a twisty tarmac highway or up a dusty fire trail, the motor's simplicity and character should keep you engaged without overwhelming you. Moving beyond just the engine, let's talk performance and handling. The XT600 was always designed as a duelist sport, equally at home on dirt and pavement. That means you get a lightweight chassis compared to bulky adventure bikes, longer travel suspension, and a comfortable upright riding position. Classic XT600s ran around 155 kilograms dry, which is fantastic for a bike that you'll want to lift, push, and flick through trails. IDRSS (1/2) Car interior. For 2026, we're expecting a telescopic front fork and a rear monoshock setup that's been modernized, likely adjustable for rider weight, luggage load, and terrain type. Suspension travel will be generous, giving riders confidence over roots, ruts, and whoops while still absorbing enough bumps for long road trips. A big part of the XT600's personality comes from the way it feels when you ride it. The torque map on these bikes is usually forgiving and predictable, essential for duelist sport riding where traction is always changing. You don't need to wring the throttle out to get going. The power is there with the twist and manageable at slow speeds when negotiating technical sections. Let's talk design, because this is where Yamaha has really balanced heritage with modern sensibilities. The XT600 has always had a distinctive look: classic silhouette, exposed engine, high front fender, and a purposeful stance. This 2026 model stays true to that DNA while introducing subtle contemporary cues: LED lighting, updated instrument cluster, and a more refined bodywork that bridges retro charm with modern functionality. IDRSS (1/2) YouTube. It's not a flashy bike, it's honest. That's part of the appeal. The XT600 doesn't wear its tech on its sleeve. Instead, it gives you the reliability and simplicity that seasoned adventurers respect. The ergos are straightforward and comfortable: wide handlebars for leverage on dirt, roomy seat for hours in the saddle, and easy-to-reach controls that don't require learning a new system. One of the biggest design elements we want to highlight is the fuel tank size and rider range. While the XT600 Heritage includes versions with large tanks for long distances, especially the legendary T8 copyright N8 copyright R8 copyright with nearly 30 liters at the 2026 version is expected to strike a balance, enough capacity to encourage adventure touring without making the bike feel front-heavy or cumbersome off-road. (1/2) Car interior. The beauty of a duelist sport bike like this is that it's built for adaptability. Want to throw on luggage and camp gear? The frame and rack options make that easy. Planning a weekend trail ride? The lightweight nature of the XT600 keeps that fun and playful. It's a jack-of-all terrain bike, and that's a big part of its appeal. On the technology front, this isn't a high-end adventure bike filled with electronic gimmicks. Instead, the 2026 XT600 keeps electronics simple and rider-focused. Expect modern necessities like ride-by-wire throttle, selectable FM mapping, and possibly switchable ABS that can be turned off for off-the-road use. I bet you won't find 6 different traction modes or fully active suspension here. What you get instead is a machine that encourages riders to ride actively, engaged, and connected to the terrain beneath them. Brakes are expected to be solid, likely featuring a single disc up front with a quality caliper and a reliable rear disc, a proven setup that gives good control without unnecessary complexity. The wheels will likely be spoked with tube tires, offering durability where it matters, and the rocks, sand, and unpredictable surfaces you'll face off the road. Now, let's talk price, because this is where many potential owners start to make decisions. Based on industry expectations and early reveals, the 2026 Yamaha XT600 is projected to start around $8,500 to $9,500 in major markets. (1/2) That positions it squarely in the duelist sport category as a premium yet practical choice, more capable and refined than entry-level dirt bikes, but more affordable and focused than many large adventure tours. YouTube. Whether that pricing translates directly into your local market, including here in Pakistan or neighboring regions, will depend on taxes, duties, and import costs. But even with those added, the XT600 is shaping up to offer excellent value for riders who want a bike that's not just a weekend toy. It's a true partner for both daily rides and serious adventures. So what are the unique selling points of the 2026 Yamaha XT600? First, it's the Heritage. This nameplate has roots going back to the 1980s when the original XT600 redefined what a duelist sport bike could be: a reliable, simple, and ready to go anywhere. That legacy is part of the bike's value proposition.